Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. We're back with another live stream. Unfortunately, Farming Simulator is not cooperating with me today, so we're going to do just a little bit of troubleshooting here, making sure we've got audio and everything coming through at the start of the stream today. How's everyone doing? McKnight Gaming in the chat. Pleasant View Farms, always good to see ya. Ty and Ross, welcome to the stream here. We're gonna be trying to jump onto the new multiplayer server tonight. However, the new multiplayer server has been up and down today. We're having just a little bit of technical issues here with Farm Sim. I'm not sure if it's some of the mods I tried to install or if it's just the Farming Simulator servers are having some issues again tonight. We're never ever sure. So we're hopefully going to get this up and running here in the next moment or two here. I'm trying to restart the server here right now on the back end. So we'll see what happens. And in the meantime, let's get a few things fired up here. We do have a number of new mods to show off tonight as well, in addition to, I'll say, kind of the standard live stream fare. And so I'm gonna try and bring that up here momentarily. I also do not have, I do have sound on. Brian Oxendine with the $1.49 super chat. Nice to see you. There we go. And yeah, we're definitely going to show off a few mods. I've got mods from Perma's Modding. I've got new mods from Dennis Farms tonight. Probably a few other people here. And we're hoping to try out the new map by McKnight Gaming. We kind of played around on it a little bit last live stream, but the goal is to start off our new multiplayer server on that map here. And so I've got to check just one more thing here. And then we'll jump into the game and show a few mods off in single player here before we get into the multiplayer experience. I've got too many servers coming up these days. So we've got... well, we're about to have 3 multiplayer servers for the members here to play on. I stood 2 of them up today. And so I just got to check the version number. I suspect Giants has a new version of the game coming soon here, because the patch version on the server I just stood up tonight appears to be different than the patch version that I'm running at. So 26364. And then I'm just going to check the other server here real quick. Yeah, so we'll have to putz with that. We might not be able to get into the new multiplayer server, but either way, we're going to jump into the game right now and show off some of these new mods here real quick. And then I'll keep an eye on the server screen here. Hopefully that server comes up here momentarily. And I'll get us switched over into gameplay mode. Now, I've got my headphones on, but the sound's coming out of my speakers. I apologize. Let me... one more minor technical hurdle here.
A wise man once said...
Yeah, oh, there we go. That should be just a little bit better. Hopefully you guys are now hearing the game sound coming through. And we're gonna just fire up. I've got a test save here. You can see all my mod folders starting to get nice and cluttered here. But I've got a couple of new mods that I want to show off. These 2 specifically tonight. Let's throw that one in there as well. Here we go. We'll make sure these are all working in the single player variety of the game here, and then we'll jump back over and see if the multiplayer servers come online. Permas, I was unable to see I saw that you posted a video on Facebook, I believe, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. So we're going to go in blind here on testing some of these mods out. So let's start off here in the shop. We've got a few new things. First up, since we've got Permas here in the chat, we might as well dive in and take a look at what he's got going on here. Now, I can't recall if that's not under sprayers. It used to be called crop protection, so it's probably here under low loaders. So we've got the sprayer support trailer here, and what I'm excited about most is that we've got the dual tank option here. And so I'm almost positive that we're going to be able to now put different materials there. We have lots of colors available here. I love the customization options. We're going to take the defaults here, though. And let's see if we can grab a truck, hook up to this, and show off this functionality, because it's pretty sweet from what I saw previously. And then, do we still have the sprayer deck? We do. So I'm going to buy one of these, which is the other part of that pack, also now with cool color options. I do think we're going to keep it in the black, though, but it's just checking out all these cool color options. And because we've got one of those, we might as well grab one more of these trailers just to show off both versions. Hey, Nagi. We are having multiplayer problems tonight, so I'm not sure. We'll try and flip back over there in a second. We're gonna show off some new mods here real quick, do a little bit of mod testing tonight, and then try and jump back over to multiplayer here. Godly Devil, welcome to the stream, sir. We are I'm excited about this trailer. We have played with it quite a bit in FS19, but it's got some new tweaks and surprises here in FS22. So the other thing that we're going to need is a sprayer to test out the other trailer. Oh, I bought two of those sprayer support decks. Let me get rid of one of those real quick. Are those under miscellaneous? They are. I do like that it shows the piece of equipment that you have first in that category. Like, for example, Perma's new spray trailer is my first low loader thing here. So it's really cool. It helps you jump in and recognize what you're going after pretty quickly. I'm going to need one more truck, and of course, we're going to need it in the American Eagle style. We'll get this hooked up, and then we'll show off the functionality. Oh, we've got somebody that's going to get reported. There we go. Awesome. Always crazy times with the YouTubes. Wes Henry, welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see ya. And it's still not saving my gears. I put the steering wheel off to the side today. I was working on rerunning some wires, and I forgot to set it back up before the stream here. Gotta get that going here soon again. I was enjoying having the steering wheel set up for FS22. Always lots of fun there. All right. Oh, see, we're already hung up on the pavement. I just not a fan of the wheel slip on the semis here. You get on any kind of the like slightest incline or slippery surface, and it's just game over. All we'll try and go forward and then back up. Jay's farm vlog's going well. It's been a crazy busy week in our household. My youngest son turned 5 yesterday, so that's always fun. We had a birthday party over the weekend for him and more celebration yesterday. Time flies so fast. I'm hoping if I swing around here that I can not go up that hill, but instead pull alongside these cars and then back up. Because right now we've been unsuccessful to back up yet. I think this trailer's just a smidge too heavy for it or something. I don't know what it is. Some of the trailers in the game, you just can't back up for anything. And this appears to be falling into that category. I've had a lot of problems with some of the grain trailers as well. So we're gonna struggle bus backwards. I think this is mostly this the semi-truck mechanics in FS22, like they just don't back up very well. Well, they don't pull forward very well either. And of course I can't line up when I can't barely move. It's something to do with the relative masses of the objects. The trailers, once you attach them, it's almost like they're too heavy for the trucks, and so the trucks just spin out. It's definitely a problem with the truck itself, though. I've been doing a lot of video game development lately, working in the Unity framework, so I've got a little bit more hands-on experience with some of these issues from a programmer's perspective now. And so we're struggling here, mostly due to the way the physics are working on us here, and that's typical FS, but the fact that I can't back up is infuriating. There we go. Got it. So we may not go very far with this today, because until the farm sim guys patch semis, we may just put the fertilizer in this way. Oops. Oh, yeah, it's not set up with a fill unit for super strength. I'm going to have to do it the right way. What do you know? The super strength mod has been or not super strength, power tools, I guess it's called, has been an interesting mod, but I've come across quite a few situations where it isn't worked out for me so well here. So I'm going to buy a few of these because we've got a couple of things we need to do. And then we'll just pull them over rather than trying to move the truck right now. Super strength on. McKnight Bowhunter is saying the link for the server isn't working in Discord. Yeah, the multiplayer server didn't end up coming online properly. I don't know why, so we're going to do a little bit of mod testing and see if it's a giant server issue and come back to it here in just a minute. Let me see here. Grayson McGowan, appreciate the $1 super chat there, sir. I'm looking for, I believe the fill is going to be over here. So we've got the truck set up here so I can refill into our thing here. And then I'm kind of curious, once that's going, if I can use power tools. Power tools for the truck works. Criminy. Nope. Now that I use Steam, I can't shift tab backwards back into the truck that I was just in. I gotta set up a new key there. There we go. Oh, we're in a different truck. Well, son of a gun. Oh well. So we're filling the fertilizer here. And if I put a thing of herbicide out here, I can fill that into the second tank now. So this is kind of a cool feature where I've got 2 tanks on the truck, and we can have 2 different fill types in those tanks now. I think I saw somebody was asking about that in the chat a little bit ago. So we've got herbicide, we've got fertilizer here, and now what I want to do is I'm going to try and back this truck up a little bit so I have some room here, and we're going to test out some cool new features with the sprayer. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be able to fill those both out of there as well. So let's give that a shot here. I can do it without crashing into anything. Pleasant View Farms, appreciate you stopping in for a few minutes, sir. All right, now, if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to overload now, permas. And so I've got a tip side front and a tip side back. I was waiting for a pop-up here to show me the overload option. If I look at my triggers, I'm just making sure my sprayer's in the trigger here. Did our overload option go away, perma? I've got the front fill tank here. We're gonna get extra cozy here. I wonder if I just have too many other vehicles in the same area, so I'm gonna pull this thing out here into our testing area across the road, if our truck can manage to cross the road. I have to say the most disappointing part of Farm Sim 22 for me so far has been how poorly the semi-trucks perform. And so I'm gonna put this right out here. Something like that should work out. And we'll grab the sprayer and bring it over here and see what happens. Now if I jump over onto this side, I'm not getting a refill option here. Maybe the refill for the sprayer's on the other side. I thought I could spray it from either side, but we'll test it. We'll test it. That's part of the fun of showing off new mods and doing a little bit of testing. So I don't get the option to fill the sprayer from in the sprayer. I know I've got spray in here. Let's see what's happening here. I'm not getting an overload option of any kind. I'm also not able to back up anymore. This semi is just not good. No, Bucket, there's no gear shifting problem. I'm in the first gear reverse. There's 0% traction with tires. They just spin. It's been ridiculous. It's the worst from a physics perspective that I've yet seen. It's like they forgot to apply any amount of friction to the material for the tire. And so if you get any amount of mass imbalance on the truck itself, it's unable to move. So but yeah, so it doesn't look like I can fill out of these. So permas, you might have got me a mixed up version here. So anyhow, eventually here we're gonna be able to overload from the trailer into the sprayer. And we've got the ability on this new sprayer from the testing version that I was looking at earlier of getting spray out of either trailer here or either tank. And so the ability to haul 2 different types of liquid on the same trailer is pretty awesome. So it's been pretty cool. This is a little bit of a work in progress, but Permas is probably going to release this pretty soon. And so, you know, we've got some testing to do. We're going to be throwing this on our multiplayer server here as soon as we get things going. So just don't drive semis on any kind of an incline in Farm Sim 22 until then. It'll be good times. Awesome. This will be the second second bot I've had to ban tonight. That's pretty awesome. There we go. The next mod I forgot to show off last live stream is we've got a US style 9RT with all the EU signage and stuff removed and front weights and such. So McKnight Gaming released this, which is pretty slick. We're going to be using this, I think, in our new series coming up here. We're going to be going towards some big equipment, which I'm excited for. This is anytime we can rip the EU stuff off, it's going to be good times. Millennium, you were watching some 4 years video. I have a number of old videos out there. Jace, I do enjoy the new manual shifting. I think it adds a lot to the game. It's been a pretty big improvement, I think, in general. So I'm gonna see if I can find this. There we go. Now this is this trailer's pretty high, but we should still be able to get this thing up on there. So we'll try and load this up for the fun of it. We might need to square ourselves off a little bit better here. I wonder if that smaller sprayer might have been a better option for testing this out. Now can I, what's the button to move the tires? Can you not make the tires narrower or wider when you're folded up? Any idea when the John Deere 4940 is coming to FS22? I haven't heard. Oh, we're not getting up the ramps here. We're like a little too narrow. I know when I unfold, there we go, I can extend my wheels. I thought you could do it while folded up too, but I'm not getting that option, so you can still squeeze it in there though. And it looks like it straps down using the new strapping mechanics. Not that I can go fast enough to test that theory, but maybe we'll try and get out of the parking lot here. If I can get enough speed, we might get out of here. Every time I shift down, the tires break loose off of the ground, so I'm trying not to shift too much because I lose all my momentum. There we go. I just want to tip it into the ditch or something here. Nicholas, the Let's Play series is going to continue tomorrow. We put it on pause for a few days. It was my son's birthday this weekend. My 4-year-old turned 5, so on top of me feeling much older, we had some celebrating to do, had a birthday party, and some more celebration yesterday, so we got off track a bit, but I've already got tomorrow's video uploaded. Okay, so I could go about 5 miles an hour with this Big Mac truck. Little bit of a struggle if I unstrap. Yeah, we just don't have the torque here. I think that the sprayer is rubbing on the wheels on the trailer. It's like a natural brake. There we go. But it's definitely, the strapping system works. I like that, so we've got to figure that out a little bit. The vehicle control add-on helps with the semi-traction issues. That would be nice. That's the next mod on my list to test out here. So that's our first work in progress mod here. Live testing tonight. Since the let me go back, let me alt tab for a second. We'll test the multiplayer server one more time. Let's see if multiplayer decided to behave. Nope. The multiplayer server is currently at 100% CPU. That's probably not a good thing. So we're gonna have to try one more thing. So I'm gonna turn all the mods off on that server and see what happens. Select all, deactivate, start. All right, we'll give that a minute. We'll see if it's one of the mods or if it's just the server itself. Because I'd really was planning on hopping on with the members and standing up farms tonight and starting off there. We're gonna be playing. We'll be playing multiplayer with them. Try the trailer with only the trailer. Oh, yeah. Well, I tried to put fluid out of that, and that didn't work out for me, so. It might pull a little bit better, though. The Canadian Saskatchewan Saskatoon Farmer. That's a mouthful, for sure. Welcome to the stream. I'm not going to try and say that 10 times fast, though. Serious Mods, welcome to the stream, sir. How are you doing? We are doing live mod testing today because my plans to play multiplayer have been thwarted by a failure of servers to connect to the giant game lobbies. So yeah, this one has the same pulling problem. Oh, there you go. Your rear wheels are permanently locked up. We've got a problem with the airline probably. So I'm not sure. So that's probably why it's having such a hard time pulling, is the back wheels are fully locked up there. So we'll just leave this parked in the middle of the road here because why not? And jump into tonight's next mod. As always, Permas, I'm happy to test things out. I wish I'd had a chance to look at this before the stream for you, but the functionality is cool. The spraying stuff is very likely could be a mod conflict. I've got a number of mods here, although for the most part, the log has been pretty clean. A few of the normal warnings that, weren't able to get rid of, but we're working through that with a few modders. So I've got this mulcher here. This mulchers category is something I'm actually really excited to see brought to Farm Sim, because I spent a lot of time driving a stock chopper when I was a younger individual. And so it's kind of fun to see something like that make its way into Farm Sim. So I'm going to get a 7110 here, and we'll get this all hooked up. Man, I have had to ban variations of this all night. Report. There we go. We're going to be doing that all night, apparently. YouTube has been getting worse and worse with some of their spamming and bots and stuff like that, I've noticed. So we'll have to keep working on that. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of somebody over there. I've noticed it on quite a few of my videos lately, too. I guess you finally get to a point where you get noticed by the bots is probably a good thing. So I've got manual attach on here so we can hook that up. And then this is the International 60, which is a mulcher, I guess, by the farm sim definition. We had them, we called them like stock choppers. I'm looking for a cornfield like 51 here. Let's see if we can skip ahead here. We'll run this out to that cornfield real quick. We've got the new speed mod on here. I'm going to slow time back down so we don't get caught by that rain. But we've got both of these fields now ready to go. So we're going to drive this down there and show you guys stock chopping, which this thing is fun. And so we've got the mulching mechanic actually gives a small fertilizer boost now to fields after you do that. I don't know how that's represented in the farm sim maps, but I'm kind of curious to try it out. I haven't done much with the mulching yet, so I figured testing this mod out would be a little bit of fun. So this one is, I don't have my list up in front of me. I can't recall who released this this week on Facebook. Gary Thompson, if you have manual attach on, then you don't connect hoses on semi-trailers, they'll pull really slow. Oh, that's a good one, Gary. That's probably what happened. Hang on, let's turn manual attach off for the rest of the night, because I do have a tendency to forget that, and that is definitely what happens, because then none of the functionality works either. Over here, poor Permas is over here pulling his hair out, and it's gotta be user error. So I'm gonna disconnect this and reconnect it. And then, look at that, no more air brakes. See? JCL released the stock chopper. Yeah, we'll get right back to that stock chopper in a minute. But now that we've got this working, I kind of want to try it out. So we're gonna put this over here alongside the this, and we'll grab the sprayer off of this other trailer that we've apparently ran into a light pole. When did that happen? I don't remember crashing into a light pole. We're gonna put the ramps down. I can't unstrap it from inside. I've got to unstrap it from the trailer. There we go. How's it going, Julian? Good to see you, Faber Farming. We are, we're messing things up tonight. We forget that manual attach works the way that it does. Always causing me problems with semis. The reason why I never think about it for semis is because you have to push Q to attach for semis. And then you have to, you know, hop out and connect the hoses, where everything else you have to hop out to connect it. So, all right, so I'm not seeing options there. Let's see if we get the options here. All right, so here I am. I'm gonna go to tip side back, and we're gonna back this thing up here. And there it is. So now I can start overloading my herbicide, or if I push U, I can go to the front and I can start overloading liquid fertilizer. And so we just push I, and we're loading that fertilizer into the sprayer here, which is really slick. So now I've got 2,000 liters of fertilizer in here, and I love that, you know, I can do it all from inside the truck if I want. I can haul 2 different types of spray. So, you know, on bigger servers, if you're playing multiplayer with your friends or something, you're gonna be able to haul a load of fertilizer and herbicide out to the field, or you can just hit things up, you know, and do both, you know, hit your fertilizer up and then switch over and do your herbicide right afterwards. So I'm loving this. I think it's a lot of fun. The fact that I can overload out of my truck is cool. I'm wondering, I do wish I could overload out of the sprayer into the trailer, but that's I don't think that's something that works. So, and then Perma's got a change to the schema as well, so that might be interesting, the overlay on the trailer. Because right now the trailer overlay, was missing, but that's something that Permas is going to get fixed up here. Now, Permas, since you're in the chat, is this a mod you're going to try and get onto the in-game mod hub for people? Is the question that I've got. Or is this going to be a PC-only release? Let me grab a harvester here. Yep, and we're going to get a corn head because we want to test this other mod here. And I've got a handful of additional mods to test out tonight too, so I don't know what happened to multiplayer, but I'm looking at the multiplayer server, and it's, even with 0 mods activated, it's still not connecting to the Giants mod hub, so it's definitely a Giants side issue right now. $4,000 liters is tiny for a trailer that size. Oh, it holds a lot more than that. Where'd the thing go? I only put 2 things in. It'll hold 20,000 liters per tank, so you get a total of 41,000 liters of material or liquid. So that's quite a bit in farm sim terms. Grant, I think there's going to be a lot of mods coming to console for a few reasons. One is, you know, it feels like for the most part, converting mods from 19 to 22 has been not overly difficult. There's some changes, but they've added a lot of things to the modding side of things that lets you do things for console that you could never do before. And so, you know, with a lot of those frameworks in place, I think we're going to see a lot more advanced mods coming to console. Oh, and you've added the weight limit factor permas, which is really cool. So if I fill it up to a certain point, the weight limits are going to kick in, and I'm only going to be able to load so much chemical in the trailer. Yeah, Dan, I'm excited. I can put my FERT and my herbicide in the same trailer and run it out to the field, especially on those bigger fields where you just want to run over, do one job, and run right back over and do the other job and kind of get it done and out of the way. Now, where's this cornfield I'm trying to navigate to? Helps if we go the right way. Field 51, we missed our turn. Do I know how to shift gears on console? I have not tried it on console, but if you go check out DJ Goham, he did a video recently on how to shift gears on console. So that would be the spot that I know there's a video for it. Ah, forgot to hydrate for the last, oh my gosh, we've been on here for 40 minutes. All right, well, we better get to some of these mods here and show off some of the cool things we've got coming here. I'm really bummed that we didn't get to multiplayer tonight, but that's okay. Oops, we don't own the field. Well, let's back up here. Field 51. There we go. I've been holding my members hostage. They've all been waiting for this new modded map server to come up for McKnight Gaming's new version of the Elm Creek that's got all of the corner farms cleaned up. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to get the server online today. That was the plan. That's always the fun part with live streams, is you make a plan and then you sit down to get online and start doing it, and the servers are not connecting. Scooter's Workbench, welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see you. Alright, I hooked up the hoses on this, but I think I turned manual attach off now, so we should be good to go. But I think this is like a little, maybe 6-row stock chopper here. mulcher, whatever they want to call it now. So let's gear down a little bit here. Maybe we'll reconnect it because it's not coming on. There we go. We got some nice dust mechanics here. Get our tractor all lined up here. And look at that. So I love that it's actually cutting down the stalks. That's one minor thing that Giants did, that it was just one of the simple things that matter, right? And so this thing is awesome. I literally spent countless hours with a 6-row stock chopper, almost exactly like this one, on a 4240 John Deere, just chopping stalks after corn harvest when I was growing up. So lots of fun to be had here. We're gearing up farther than we need to, but looks like our top work speed is about 8 miles an hour. So this is a mod. I'm going to be getting an older equipment series going here again as we get a few more mods out, and I'll be running with this. I mean, just the noise, they got it right. You've got that clanking noise of the knives as they go around on the roll bar. You can even kind of see them down there if you look. It's awesome. So that's going to be cool. Oh, I'd be curious to know where Giants is hosting their stuff. Dan, I do have a mod list forming for the Let's Play series. Should be in tomorrow's video. Can I hire help for the mulcher? Great question. I know some modders haven't put the new AI components into their mods, so that's a good test. We've got it here. Let's see what happens. This tractor's a little louder than some. Maybe come in here real quick and adjust my audio so I'm not getting blasted out. And, oh, yeah, does a helper work? Apparently, yes. So we've got a helper available here. Loving it. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. So we've got more new mods coming. Let's see, what else do we have here. We're harvesting corn. This is probably a good time to show off one of my favorite mods from the previous version. We'll grab the blue. I got to get the yellow for Demko. Oh, excuse me. And we've got 3 variants here, the 550, the 650, and the 750, with the regular or diamond tires and duals as well. So we'll go with some diamonds here on the 550. And we need a tractor for that. I don't know. We'll just grab another one of these with the row crops on it. And I keep forgetting I can't shift tab to go back. That's usually my trick to grab tractors from the store, is you open up the thing and you tab and then shift tab. And yeah, godly, so you can just fire it up and start them off right behind the harvester. Chris Potter, I have not got an auto load mod yet. I don't know if anybody's converted one yet or not, but I have not personally come across one, so. Lane, I think it's technically possible that this one could come to console since Demko is a licensed brand now. I don't know if, I believe this is released by, I want to say Ross W. Modding put this one together. This is a conversion from the mod that he had released in 19. And so it's technically possible. I just don't know if they had, if he has any plans to release it yet or not. But this one's cool. It's got, you know, a tarp. It's got pretty good details. I like this one a lot. It came out towards the end of FS19. And so I wanted to drag this down here. And I've had trouble with some of the base game auger wagons not unloading very well from combines, so I'm kind of curious to see if this one does better. Dustin, yes, I agree. They did a good job on the textures. Corn textures are good. Some of the other textures are pretty good as well. I think they just generally did a good job on improving both the crop and soil textures in the game. The fact that they added a increase in the terrain angles for base game as well is much appreciated. And hey, what do you know? The stock chopping is still going on here. He's made it around a couple of times since we left. So we're definitely going to be incorporating some of these mods into our Let's Play series here as we continue. We finally got a lot of good, smaller starting farm type mods here, I'll say. I do miss vehicle speed sync. That was a mod that I had gotten used to. That now that I don't have it, it's kind of sad. Landon, now where do I get my mods from? Right now, mostly Facebook, and directly from the modders. So we've got wonderful individuals in the chat here like Perma's Modding that's been sending me some stuff to test ahead of times. McKnight Gaming put together the map that we're playing here, as well as some of the other mods that I've showcased both tonight and in previous streams. Trailer Park Farms sent me the early release of his new shed pack. And so we've got just lots of, good people in the community here that have been sending me mods and playing around. Dennis Farms sent me a few mods that we're going to test out here soon as well. Yeah, Alan, I could use the cruise control. That's a fair point. I don't remember what button that is. Just kidding. So this thing's cool though. I mean, it looks good. I like the corn fill, looks good in it. It's a good little trailer. So that's a new mod that we've gotten in the last week or so here. I'm trying to remember what other mods we've got. I showed off the gravity wagons previously. We showed off the 9RT. We've got the John Deere 2720 Ripper, which is actually pretty cool. There's two versions of it. You have the subsoiler version, and then you also have the plow version. So depending on, what you want to do, how you want that to count for you, you've got two different versions. This was released by, I want to say Rooster Mods released this. And I don't know, maybe I'll just grab a US style 8R for that. We'll grab the 23 gear version. Boom. This tractor is way overpowered for the implement, but you know what? That's half of the fun. Oh, we got the stupid tires on here. Hang on. We'll fix that too. All right, I think it's N. There we go. Customize tires. Much better. Whoa, whoa. Well, that's not supposed to happen. We're doing wheelies, folks. We're doing wheelies. The jack, got stuck under the ground when it disconnected. Alright, let's see if we can reset it. I will have to try to remember to email him after the stream. Show that off. The fun with testing mods. You always run into some small issues here and there. Everybody always wants wants modders to release mods as soon as they start seeing pictures, but sometimes there are just a few things that need to get ironed out. There we go. So let's pick up a few gears here, and we're just gonna go out here and plow up our demo field here. Looks like a equipment wasteland, but we've got so many cool mods here that we're playing around with tonight. So let's just plow this up and see how it's going to work for me. So this is the one that behaves as a plow. Let me gear down a little bit here so we're not killing the tractor. I mean, and it's tiny, but for, you know, Elm Creek and starting out, this would be a perfect piece of equipment if you want a more modern ripper setup. And so you've got this in both a plow and a subsoiler configuration, depending on what you want to be able to do. So the dust mechanics are way more intense, so you can't really see behind you anymore, which is kind of cool. But does that create field work? So I have the mod on that allows me to create fields with cultivators and stuff too, but it should work no matter what. And so it even without the cultivator create fields mod, this should create fields. I guess I can just try it, right? So there we go. We're creating the fields. So this thing's pretty cool. I like this. We'll probably be incorporating this into our series as well, because I've completely avoided any kind of deep tillage so far in our Let's Play series. And yeah, it takes a lot longer to test mods and get them out for console, but I've seen a lot of mods in the testing list, so it'll be cool. Yeah, Dan, subsoiler equals large rocks, exactly. I suspect a lot of people are just going to be turning off the rock mods here. The next mod up on the list that I came across this week was the John Deere 630 here, so I guess I could just bring this tractor up so I'm not buying a new tractor every time we get a piece of equipment. But we'll see how that works out. Yeah, small plows and no GPS. Same with spraying crops once they've grown up. It's been a real struggle to spray without GPS. So we've got GPS options now. Oh my goodness, that's a crash counter if I've never seen one. Did I get crash counting working? It looks like I might have. I can't actually see my own monitor, but that looked like a crash counter. And so yeah, we've got GPS now through the vehicle control add-on, and there's another mod that has a version of that. So we're going to be testing that out here soon. But I'd really like the full GPS to come out, because that mod was solid for sure. So here we've got the 630. This operates as a cultivator. I think technically it should probably be moved into like a disc harrow section, but because Farm Sim treats some of these differently now. But for our purposes, this should work out pretty well, I think, here. And so there we go. We can till our crops under. It's got an interesting animation there on the tilling. So that's a lot more detailed than it used to be. I don't know that I paid that much attention to it in the past, but I really like how that looks. Lobster screenshots do look good, yes. So let's send this guy back this way. I'm kind of curious if I can send a worker off to cultivate here. He's at an angle, but that does seem to be working, so good deal. And let's see what else we had tonight. I've got some Dennis Farms conversions here to check out. So first off, we've got the Discbine 313. I believe this is done with Appalachia's modding, I want to say. I don't have the full credit list in front of me, but Dennis Farms has the credits listed out on his website for all of the mods that he's been converted. He's done a real good job of tossing out some credit there for where the mods came from originally. And then this is something he just sent me today, I believe, to take a look at. So we've got a smaller, older style Kinsey here, the 3600, with all the box options that we had in 19. So you've got liquid fertilizer, extended box with fertilizer, center fill, and center fill with fertilizer. So this thing's going to be making a return. And then you can also turn the row cleaners on the front on and off. Right here, you'll notice they go on and off. And so this one I actually used in one of my FS19 series, and this is going to be a good fit for our farm here with some of the smaller equipment. Again, there's a lot of that smaller sized equipment that's starting to come out right now, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm going to get another one of these fired up here just because I know this will work from a horsepower perspective, and we'll jump over there. Boom. Boom. J. Joe, has a map been let out yet? So outside of McKnight's edit to Elm Creek, I haven't seen any new maps. I know No Man's Land is supposed to be getting close to testing, so I'm looking for that. That's going to probably be a series that a lot of YouTubers jump onto. For me, though, it'll be a new one. I never actually played No Man's Land as a series in FS19. I'm one of the few people who didn't get around to playing that map, so I cannot wait for that. Toby Neal, the modders need to get me some good mid-sized John Deere equipment with row crop tires. Argsy Gaming, though, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. I have lots of new toys tonight. Joel, where did I learn to do Giants editing? I learned by talking to modders. I've been spending time with people like Perma's Modding. We've got McKnight Gaming, CCS 101, Trailer Park Farms, like just tons of modders in the community, and I've found that almost all of them are fairly friendly folks and willing to kind of help you out and let you learn something from them. That didn't work out. We're trying to fill our vehicle here. Cedar 2, liquid fertilizer, sounds good. Cedar 1, seeds, go. There we go. So we're gonna take this right here to this little field and see if I can plant here, even though it's not tilled up. Oh my goodness. What do we got? I'm missing a lot of chat here. Ryan, welcome to the stream, man. It's always good to see ya. Yeah, No Man's Land had a good mix of stuff. Plus, it's probably a great map to build your own farm on, which is something that I'm looking forward to doing now that we've got a number of different sheds and things and different placeables. We're going to see if this is a no-till planter with the front coulters on. I think it is. I think it's supposed to be, at least. Lower the planter, and it is. Look at that, looking good. At least I think it is. Let's double check and see if it's planting. Yep, we're planting corn here. So that's working as a no-till planter, which is awesome. And yeah, Scooter's got a good point. There's also some really good YouTube videos and stuff out there. It's just really about putting some time in, and you know, I don't mean this in a bad way. Find a mod that's similar to what you want to do and look and see how they did it. Like, open it up. You know, a lot of, you know, and this is, you know, it might be controversial to say, but a lot of how Giants has set up the modding community is it's kind of an open source type deal where you know, you can look at and leverage, you know, everything that you see in any publicly released mod. You know, it's open it up and see how they've done it. If you want to use somebody else's mod to do something with, you should always ask permission and contact the person who put that mod together. But you can learn a lot just by looking at somebody else's mod. So that's how I learned a good chunk of what I've done, is just looked at other mods that were doing something similar and played around with it until I got it working. So yeah, we've got no-till corn going on here. So this is probably a planting setup that's going to make it into my next equipment purchases here in the Let's Plays. So I'm excited about that. This thing's working pretty good. Now, I've always got to test two other things. Ridge markers work and hired help works. So ridge markers, check. I like it. They're well animated. They bend properly. Helper, check. There he goes. Look at that. All right, so that's my my two tests that I always like to do with my planters. Yeah, Toby, don't worry. There's gonna be plenty of 3-meter cultivators available for you any day now. So I know you've been waiting for some good 3-meter cultivators to hit the Giants Mod Hub. I know that they're working on it. The ridge markers bring up stones because it plows. That's cool. All right, this guy's done it. He even turned around on his own. So there we go. That's another mod that we've got here. So somebody asked, I think, where did I get the planter from? This is a pre-release I'm looking at or testing for Dennis Farms. I expect if he's sent it to me, it's probably going to release soon. I haven't run into any errors with it yet. There's a couple of warnings that he's patching up, I think. So that one's been a lot of fun. We're working our way down the list. He's released these conversions of the MDS pack earlier. So this is I've only got the bucket turned on, but there's also a bale fork here. And then, we were going to test this mower. That's what we want to test. I keep jumping to the wrong tractor here because I'm used to my single player save. If I jump up here, we don't have manual attached, so we can just drive this tractor over and give this mower a test. The community tester for modders. Hey, sign me up. I don't mind testing things out. Having the software development background, it's a natural part of what I do every day in the real world. So I find that people that aren't used to testing, especially testing software and games specifically, don't think about a lot of things. I know I gloss over a lot of things. You know, you get into the mode where you use it how you would use it. I don't know why I'm hooking up to this ripper right now. Let me just back this up out of the way here a little bit more. But yeah, I think the fun part is, like, I know when I was working with Dennis Farms before FS22 officially launched, I was testing stuff for him on the preview weekend. And it was funny as I had a whole bunch of modders reach out to me, and they all said the same thing. They're like, yeah, you're the only person with pre-release that replied when I asked if you could test something. So Wes Henry, the ones I have do. So the ones Dennis Farms released do not work with the AI. However, I figured out what was wrong with it and sent the fix back to Dennis Farms, and he's just been so busy with working on the conversion of the custom modding 7R and 8R tractors that he hasn't had a chance to get back to it yet, but he is going to release an update that makes those work with the with the AI system. So coming soon, TM. I might actually post a quick tutorial on how to add that to trailers on Discord. If you ping me on the Discord server tomorrow, I could post the steps to edit to add AI capabilities to any trailer, because it's super easy once you figure out how it all works. So I think it's like 3 lines of code in the XML file to update the trailers to work with the AI system. You want to see a test plan for every mod? Yeah, exactly, Dan. This is where you don't get the professional level testing. You get the yeah, I'll test it out for you. There we go. So we've got mowing capabilities here now. I don't have a grass field set up right now, but what I do have, I think, is some cool animations on here. Trying to look. Notice the curtain on the front of this thing flapping in the wind. Look at how cool that looks. Like the little details and mods. I mean, I know I'm kind of going fast here and the lighting is not optimal when I'm going this way, so I'll try and get down here and turn around real quick, but it's these little details that always get me excited when mods come out. So watch the, I'll see if I can get a better angle. The flaps on the front of the mower, the curtain there. Oh, so good. It's just the little details. I picked the worst spot to probably test this thing out, but yeah, so we've got this disc bind mower here is going to get, if it's not already, I think it might already be released. If it isn't, it'll be coming soon by Dennis Farms did this conversion. Northern, am I going to do my own map? I am going to do my own map in FS22. So I started playing with it in 19 and realized that I wasn't going to get there from a skill set perspective before 19 was done and 22 came out. And so I've more been focusing on general modding skills and just trying to learn more about Giants modding with the intent of making a map at some point over the course of 22. Yeah, Farmer Z, it's just the little details in 22 that are making the game so much better for me. Yeah, a Kedrick Farms map. It's going to be based on the actual farm that I farmed on when I was a teenager. So I've got lots of pictures because it doesn't exist anymore. They tore down most of the buildings and stuff. Luckily, a few years back, I went and took pictures of it. And I'm super excited to hopefully memorialize that in Farming Simulator, especially because I found out just recently, I found out that the farmer I worked for passed away finally. And so it's kind of like a memory thing for me. Was the thing that really pushed me over the edge to wanting to build this map. Was it went from being something that I always talked about to like, you know, the farm is gone. The guy I worked for is, you know, passed on. He was old when I worked for him. And so, you know, that was 25 years ago now. And so it's like I want to capture those memories in that farm and memorialize it here in Farm Sim. So I thought that'd be fun. Oh, no, Godly, I'm going to sink them all into the ground by a foot just for the fun of it. It'll be awesome. With the new map features, you're looking forward to a Mankato roller and some good stock choppers. Exactly. All right. Last mod, I think. Let me double check. I think the last mod I haven't shown off here is the sprayer. This will be in tomorrow's Let's Play video as well. But it's a awesome mod. I just need to find our stock chopper. Was it this tractor? No. Well, we'll just buy a new one. I like buying tractors. So for the sprayer, I like to do is get this. So this case tractor comes with the Demco side mount attachments on it. And so we can grab the side mounts. And then we can also grab the spray tanks out of the sprayer category. We have the Demco tanks. And we finally have a sprayer that can spray more than like 6 miles an hour or whatever the base game spray speed is, which always drives me crazy. TNT Farms, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure who the original mod author of this mod was, but Dennis Farms converted this to 22. He does a great job of putting all of the credits for the mods that he's done conversions on in the the download page for the mod. And so definitely check that out. I don't have it in front of me though. And so I did this last time, so I'm gonna drop these tanks off here first until we get the sprayer attached, because these arms will clip through the tanks if I don't do it in the right order here. So first, hook up the sprayer, make sure it's raised up, and then we can come up here and connect these saddle tanks. And so just like that, we've got a full sprayer set up. Now, I suppose we could come over here and see if this setup actually works with Perma's new trailer, now that we've got that all sorted out. Let's see what we got. I'm going to hop over here and we're gonna fill it up. We're gonna see if Power Tools works now that we've got everything sorted here. So tip side front, I think, is where I have my liquid fertilizer. Look at that. Power Tools even works. Oh, I messed that up. Fill vehicle, trailer 1. Select fill type, liquid fertilizer. There we go. That didn't fill me up though. Fill vehicle, trailer 1, liquid fertilizer. There we go. I don't know what I did there, but we've resolved it. Dairy Deer, the multiplayer server would not connect to the Giants login servers, so no multiplayer at the moment. I've got to see if I can get this to overfill now. Oh, maybe not. Permas, can I not load from the trailer if I'm in the tractor? I thought that used to be a thing. Is it only from the truck into the implement now? Backing up. I know that the trailer will back up from the, refill from the back. The tip side needs to be changed. I swear I was on the front tip side, which is where I put the liquid fertilizer. Now, there is one problem. Sometimes getting out of this thing is a little bit tricky with the tanks on. Should still be able to, but can only do the front tank in the tractor. Get out of the... What are you doing to me here? We're busy? Yeah, so this thing isn't giving me my overfill option. Let me try again. Let me get this guy out of my face. AI workers. If this doesn't work, I'll just toss spray in it manually, as it could very well just be an issue with this particular sprayer too. Oh wait, I was backing, or I was pulling the truck up here. Alright, I'm on tip side front, I think, right now. But I'm not getting the pop-up. Let me see if I can get just a little bit closer. Haven't been able to get that sprayer to load from anything but totes. Yeah, that's more likely the issue going on here. And that's, again, why I like to test different things. So we'll ignore this. We're gonna blame the other mod. Ooh, that was the wrong key. And we will do Control P, fill vehicle, liquid fertilizer. XP. Oops. Fill vehicle. Liquid fertilizer. There we go. All loaded up. Yeah, there is no top opening on this particular mod. Could be... Yeah, the base game ones are working for you, permas. I would assume at this point that I've probably just got a little bit of an issue with this mod. I had some issues with it in my Let's Play video here as well. But those were all user error, as is typical with me. So here, the thing I figured out is when I turn this on, it only sprays if you lower it. So once you lower it, it starts spraying. And so that's the secret with this sprayer. I saw a lot of people complaining about it not working. And it does indeed work. It's a nice little sprayer. And the only complaint I had with it is that it didn't have the section control built in. So I have no ability to shut off sections of the sprayer like you can with the base game ones now. So that's something to work on. But again, you know, the theme of this series or this video today, the live stream, has been kind of showing off a lot of the new small to mid-range equipment here that's become available. And this one is pretty cool. It has the ability here to do all the spraying, to be a little bit smaller. Legendary, the sprayer does not unload. It unloads for me when I push I. You do have to have it raised up, I believe, in order to unload. If you've got it lowered, it might not unload. And then likewise, the saddle tanks will unload as well. So the one thing I have found is, one, make sure the implement is raised and not turned on. Two, make sure it's the implement that's selected with your implement selector. So, yeah, Justin, we were talking, we've got not a chisel plow, we've got the disc here, which works as a cultivator, and then we have a ripper, which I left over. Where did I leave our ripper? Is it right here? No. We've got a ripper. I thought it was right here. There it is. So we've got this ripper here, which is working pretty good, but it's pretty small. So if you're looking for something for a bigger farm, this is probably not your piece of equipment. But for a small farm, you know, this is a perfect sized little ripper here for kind of the starting farm and the surrounding fields. It'll take a little bit to tackle a field, but I think it's like 3.8 meters, maybe. I can look at all. I love that I can look at just the modded, or just the mods that are installed, and that you don't have to search through the whole game system now. And so there's two versions of this, one that's set up as a plow and one that's set up as a subsoiler, which is really cool. I kind of enjoyed that. We showed off the forward ag seed hot conversion here last time. He's got, I believe, his liquid tank out now as well. Good times. So that is the mods that we had this week that I was really excited about. Almost all of these are going to be making their way into my Let's Play series here. So that's going to be cool. Yeah, anything to do deep tillage without the in-game plows is going to be great. I agree. I did see that you've got a new one on the mod hub coming out here. I don't think I installed it. Let me pop out though and take a look at that. If I go out to the main menu here, hopefully these script mods aren't going to crash my game. Probably will. I know a lot of people have been having this problem as well. If you exit the game, yeah, there it goes. And you have any kind of scripting mods installed, a lot of them are bombing out the game and it just crashes out. So give me just a moment to relaunch it here. Meanwhile, I'm checking our multiplayer server again. It's still not very happy. And I've got no mods installed. I don't know what's going on with that. No errors in the log other than it can't connect to multiplayer. So disappointing. We're just going to double check. Nope, the old server's there, but not the new one. So disappointing. But in the, not the subsoilers section, is it in the plows section? So we've got this plow coming out, which is still not fully a US style plow, but it's at least a brand that's available in the US. So if you're looking for a little plow, it's 2 meters though. It's just like, come on. How long is the stream? I don't know. We're getting close to done testing out most of the mods. I've got one more that I wanted to see if I had installed here, and I just forgot to turn on. I've got these two, which are already in my Let's Play series that I've shown off. We showed off these sheds in the last live stream. I've got these. Here we go. Let me grab all 3 of these from Make Night Gaming here. Yep, we've been testing a bunch of stuff out here. Ooh, a 6-bottom plow, that'd be nice. A little bit bigger. Is it 3-point or toe behind? Like a toe mold board or a 3-point plow? Go, go, go. Yeah, I was really amused, speaking of the mother bins, to see these giant mother bins in FS22. Like, it's cool, I suppose, but there's no map included with base game that you would ever use something that big for. So, it's epically sized, though. I can't wait to find an excuse to use it. And then these I probably forgot to show off. I showed off the Demco carts. We've got the 550, the 650, and the 750. We've also got the 851 Kinsey with the wide or standard tires. I guess they're not really wide. It's more like ag tires versus, I don't know what you would call these, road tires. Tow, implement tow, semi-mounted. There you go. And I just lost my train of thought. I was going to show something off. We turned a mod on. What was the mod I just turned on? Oh, it's going to drive me nuts. Oh, they were placeables. Whew, I'm losing my mind, folks. So we've got a few new placeables here that McKnight put together here. Let me see if I can remember where they show up in the placeable system. I think it's under container. Here we go. Farm Sim Jim, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. And we're going to take a look at these tanks here. So I've got a few different options, which is always fun. And some of these are already built into his map here. But we'll come over here, I think, and wreck a field just to show these off. I'm trying to remember how to change my view. Here we go. And so first up, we've got these storage tanks. I won't place them all down, but we've got digestate, herbicide, liquid fertilizer, and liquid manure that you can store in these liquid tanks. And you've got both an input and an ability to come and, if I'm not mistaken, buy things directly. So let's just run over here real quick. where we're going to be placing stuff so we can test it out. And he's made a set of these available for download to put on your own maps. And then there's also some that are included on this map. And so you have the ability to buy a certain amount to autofill this tank, or you can bring it in with your own tanker and fill that up, which is really cool. And so that's this last set here. We've got kind of the same thing here in different silos to store all these different types of things: pig food, mineral, manure, etc. So you've got a ton of these silos in here, and then you also have selling stations. So that, or buying, I guess it's selling station, right? So they sell to you all of these different types of materials, and so you can get them at, a bulk price, which is really cool. You've got your all-in-one, or you've got all the individuals, and then I've got a couple different versions of these because they were built into the map, and then I turned the mods on, so that's why you're seeing all of these silos are repeated here, but they're the same ones. And so I've got the same set of silos in here twice because I installed the mod on top of having them baked into the map. And so those have been really cool, and I like them because they're, actually like Meridian tanks. They're nice and big. They look great. So, really cool mods. The main yard here, yeah, so this is McKnight Gaming's edit to the Elm Creek map. And so he's reworked the starting farm here, put some better sheds in here. These are I think these are actually the base game sheds. But he's got, so a fuel tank, some different things all kind of worked out here. We've got a different garage over here. And so the whole, main farmyard has been reworked. And then we've got another big shed right over here across the creek that's been added to the map for the starting farm. And so you've got, your workshop area right here, and then a nice big storage area, as well as the open-endedness. So I really like the edit that he's done. The plan is to start playing on this multiplayer with the members. We've got on this edit of the map, all of the useless farms in the corner of the map have been removed. So there's a farm down here, there's a farm over here, one up here, and one up here that used to have a bunch of buildings that you couldn't use. And McKnight Gaming has since removed a bunch of the different useless buildings so that you can actually use those areas as farms in multiplayer or single player. And so we're going to be using that map for one of our multiplayer servers here. The goal was tonight, so I'll say as soon as the Giant servers start cooperating with us again. So that's the plan. X Alpha, where can you get the edit? You can get the edit directly from McKnight Gaming. He has a Facebook group, and then he's also posted those in the Mod Links channel on the Kedrick Farms Discord server. The Discord server link is in the description of the video. You've seen a lot of people putting down placeables in the ground not leveling up very well. This is true because a lot of people are doing placeables wrong in the new system. And so I actually had a conversation with one of the developers at Giants when they were doing the FarmCon and talked about the placeable system specifically. And so let's say I have a giant shed, like the TPF shed here, and I want to put this down somewhere. This is probably a great example here. So let me buy this piece of land, and we'll do 2 tests here. Yes, there we go. So in FS19, what most people would do is they say, I want this shed, and they're just going to slap it down. Now, you can see just looking at this shed, before I even place it down, on the left side of the shed, it's got a huge gap, and so the ground would need to be raised. On the right side, my shed is underground, and that ground should be lowered. So I'm just going to toss this down here, And if we come out here, it's not bad. You know, it managed to lower this. It doesn't look great. And if we come over here, not so good. There's a pretty big gap here where it didn't raise up all the way. The shed is kind of floating in the air here on the corner a little bit. It's not horrible, but, you know, it's not great. And people are starting to complain. I love that the rocks still exist even after you place things. So it's not bad, but it's not great. And so a lot of people are having different issues, and especially as the terrain gets worse, those issues are more pronounced. Well, what Giants recommends is, okay, sure, but you should have leveled your land before you did that. So they've made the leveling tools supposedly easier to use. If I can break my microphone here. There we go. And so you've got a few different modes here. Now, I haven't played with this a lot, but you've got a level tool here. And so you decide what level you want something to be at, and then you just hold it down, and you go and level that area before you place your shed down. And then it's going to be nice and flat area, and you're not going to have any problems when you place your placeable down, and then you just smooth the terrain out around it to fit afterwards. And that's how they intended placeables to work. So now if I come into the placeable system and slap down a giant, you know, TPF shed here, you know, I've got my areas, you know, pretty flattened out. See, I don't have that high part on one end and a low part on the other side. It's just a nice flat piece of ground. So that's my answer to that. If you use the landscaping tools, you're really not going to have too many issues. So, bum, bum, bum. By the way, on the trailer, when you were filling the self-propelled sprayer, did you pay attention to the levers? I have no idea what levers you're talking about. Devin, you can't figure out where or how to build a farm. That is the trick. Well, I mean, Dan, like that's Giants' preferred method. Like if you don't want wonky behavior, you should level your ground first. Nobody builds a building on unlevel ground. Like you come in and you bulldoze it out and you level it out first. So if you don't want unpredictable behavior, if you want to make sure that when you place your building it works correctly, highly, highly recommend leveling your ground first so that it's going to be in a nice, good spot for you. I was hoping that we'd get like an undo button so that if I placed a building and it was wonky, that I could just hit undo. But that doesn't work for a lot of reasons. And so that's not a feature that they're going to be able to bring at this point, at least, was the answer I got from the Giants engineer. So I don't know. I hated placeables in FS19, so I've done a little bit of map building now in 22, and everything I've done, I feel like the tools are a huge upgrade. It's so the efficiency of being able to do all of this without having to go back into the menu. Like I can landscape, I can smooth this out, and then I can just go grab my shed and go, I need to smooth a little bit more to place that. Let me just do that. Like that right there would have taken 30 seconds in FS19. So you have to go all the way back out to the menu, go drill into another menu to find your building again. And it was just a mess. So I've really enjoyed how they've changed this up. I also like the new painting tools. And so, painting terrain has been made a lot easier now. And the ability to actually paint the grass and stuff has been a huge improvement to how 19 worked. So I'm been really, really pleased and excited with all the changes that they made to landscaping. I'd say probably one of the most exciting things was the how much better the fence system is. Like the fact that I can just add a fence like that and I can come back later and snap to that same fence post and do something with it. Oh my gosh, so much better, so much better. But, well, I mean, as an engineer, like I understand the why that we don't get a an undo tool on placing buildings. That would be my, like, I wouldn't really care if it was, you know, how good or bad the placement stuff was if I could just hit undo. Because the problem is now that I've placed this, if I didn't like something about how that was leveled, like, you know, it's going to cost me money to get rid of this and place it back down, right? And so that part of the system, I think they just need to come up with a better answer for, right? Because that was a $190,000 building, and I only got $95,000 back for it. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow. So there's still room for them to improve this system, but it's a huge step forward from 19 in most ways, I would say. And again, I haven't really seen a lot of major issues. I guess maybe because I always built my stuff like, here, let me put this right on the edge of this crazy land. Like, it still did a pretty good job of leveling that, and this is a huge shed. And that would have, you know, likely not even been able to be placed in Farm Sim 19. So I'm kind of curious to see some of the problems other people are having, because I haven't really noticed too many problems. Let's see if I can flatten this around it. Like, it's not an issue with being able to do things near buildings. I don't know. I do find the view, the angle of the view, to be a little bit weird sometimes. I wonder if I can make this bigger. Maybe that's what people are talking about, like you can't adjust the terrain around the building. There you go. That's probably what people don't like right there. Is so I can flatten all of this terrain, but the stuff that touched the building where it deformed next to it, you can't do anything with. So that's kind of a pain. I wish that could be adjusted. Bank Sinatra. That's a very generous donation there, sir. Appreciate you very much. Yeah, the undo feature is save your game. Yeah, that's not a great answer. But, so aside from some of this stuff, which honestly I felt like, you know, this isn't that much different than how 19 handled it. All the other features for me are improvements worth a step back if there is one on terrain leveling. I think the buttons are a little bit different here. I love this mode, like the ability to pick a height and then ramp up and down to that height, I think is cool. You can hold the scroll wheels. Yeah, that's the one I always forget, is I can hold the middle mouse button down and then tip forward to get kind of a better view, but then when I zoom in, it like changes the perspective down. It's just weird. Why couldn't they just give me, you know, like the normal flight mode controls for this? I'm so picky, very demanding. But yeah, this would be infuriating, I guess, if I had just placed this and had thought I'd done a good job leveling and then found out that I can't get my driveway open. Now, I think there's a mod that helps you with that, which is the Place Anywhere mod. Let me see here. Somebody said if I use backspace to exit the game, it's not going to crash. Hang on. We're going to test this. Where is it? I don't know where that's from. Let's try this. Nope. That just crashed all the way out to Windows. So there's a new mod available. Hopefully my OBS comes back here. There we go. That is going to essentially... I think it lets you place buildings inside of buildings, but I think it also lets you do more with terrain. And so let me grab that, because that might be an answer to a lot of the struggles that I think I've seen people running into. Placeable extended. And so this lets you put things inside of things. I'm curious if this is going to let you level that terrain out as well. So let's make sure it downloaded. I think I forgot to hit the download button. Sorry. Oh, nope, there it is. Restart. We'll try it real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I'm rambling and not reading the chat. Yeah, Gaddy, the scroll wheel thing. Dun, dun, dun. Jeff, just bought FS22 on your new laptop using my code. Well, I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. It's been the funnest iteration of Farm Sim that I've played for sure. I've played a few different versions of Farm Sim, and this one's been the funnest. Lots of little details. USMC Tanker, appreciate you taking the time to go over the tips and trick, not a rush. Yeah, no, I love showing things off. I do need to get to making some more tutorial videos because I've been slacking with the tutorial videos here lately. And so we'll get some more tutorials out soon because I've got a list now of like all these both tips and tricks and just like, hey, this is an awesome feature that a lot of people haven't noticed yet. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. You can sell the building and start over, but you're going to take a loss on selling the buildings. Yeah, Argsy, the landscape's improved. I guess, you know, again, I haven't seen a huge step back yet from 19, but I'll be honest, I think I've probably even uninstalled 19 at this point. Like, I have no intention of going back to 19. 22 has been so good. Oh, McKnight has updated the download links in the Discord server as well for the individual that was saying the links weren't working. Those are up there now. So if you're looking for this edit of the map, you're going to be able to get them both on Discord and in McKnight Gaming's Facebook group. And I want to test and see if this is working with the new Placeable mod here. We'll do 2 tests. First test up is we're going to just try and do smoothing again. So here's my flattening tool. I want to flatten this. It doesn't seem to be leveling anything. You can kind of get a little bit more in here if you're doing it, but I don't know if that's a function of the mod or if I didn't really, test that out too much, but there's definitely, you know, a ridge here that I can't level, right? So that part's not working. However, the mod itself was actually meant to be able to place things inside of each other. I'm looking for my decoration items. Here's my fence. So for some reason I wanted to, I don't know, make a cattle yard here. I thought I could actually go inside of that. It's kind of cool that it snaps to it. There we go. Collides with another item. Did I not enable the mod? We might not have enabled the mod here. Hang on, we'll do a real test. Let me just grab another shed and see if it works. There you go. There's my new Trailer Park Farms double shed. I'm sure he'd be impressed. So, we do have the ability to make our shed completely inaccessible by placing objects inside of each other with this mod, but it doesn't seem to help with the terrain smoothing efforts. So that was my hope. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit like that Place Anywhere type mod that would let you, you know, modify terrain even if you didn't own it and such. So this is cool though. You know, outside of my poor placement, but opens up a lot of options with the game. And so we had mods that you could do things like this in FS19, so it's cool to see it make its way into FS22 so fast. Not particularly sure that this was a useful use of the mod, but there you have it. Yeah, there was a terrain editing mod I saw on somewhere on Facebook. I don't know if that's made its way to the mod hub yet, so I'll have to keep an eye on that, but I'll definitely talk about that when it comes out. So, I mean, I think that covers all of the mods I had to show off for tonight. I was hoping to do that on the multiplayer server by using them on our new multiplayer server, but that seems to not be working yet. And does the grass not regrow? I don't know that grass grows on its own now. I think you've got to come in and paint it, don't you? So you can come into the landscaping and plant your grass. Something like this, and then you've got grass that grows. I don't know. I've never left a plot like this long enough to see if it'll regrow on its own. I mean, there's an easy way to find out. I've got the ability to fast forward time like 1,000,000 miles an hour, so I'm 99% sure it's all having to be regrown. Free terrain editing. Is that on the mod hub, Justin, or is that on released like on a different website? We'll go into spring and see what happens. I would expect if grass is going to grow, it's going to grow in the spring. But I think you're right, McKnight. I think you got to just place it. Oh, well, I must have missed it. We just went to Mod Hub and I didn't see it. We're going to go back real quick because we've been playing with this terrain. I'd love to know if there's a mod that's going to let me fix this without having to sell the building. That would be pretty much epic. So we'll go back to Mod Hub. You guys can help me find this mod. Downloadable content. I assume it's going to be under gameplay. This is where all the other script mods are. I don't see... What's it called? Free terrain editing. We've got a search box now. Free. And gameplay. Let's go back out to the main menu. Free landscaping tools. Allows you to cancel landscaping costs. That doesn't sound quite what we're looking for. We can install this, but this just makes it free. I was thinking that there'd be something that lets me edit other areas that I don't own necessarily, but let me give this a try real quick. We'll see. Having free tools for landscaping is kind of cool though, because you can do your edits and stuff. Like, for me, I want to do a farm build. I don't really want to I don't want to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, ahead of a series and just have to cheat a bunch of money in. So that would be cool for sure. Now my game's not starting back up. It's always something here, folks. It's always something. Oh, so there's no cost for selling back buildings. Does it give it back to you full price? That would be cool. Let's see. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't personally get a lot of value out of the cost to do the terrain editing piece, because a lot of times, like, I want it to look nice, and I'd rather cheat about not having that cost me a fortune because their tools are so horrible in ways. So this might be a mod that continues to live in my save game folders here as we move forward. So we're saying that it's not actually going to cost me this $10 to do things. Well, first of all, let's start off by deleting this. So that's definitely not full price coming back. But let's try and level here. Okay, not the landowning aspect. Level. Here we go. Yeah, so that's not costing me anything now, which is cool. So it just makes the cost part of using the landscaping tool go away. That's cool. That's still cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I had a lot of fun on Farm Sim 17, but I like all the little details here on 22. I do like the colors a lot better than 19 as well. I like that everything's bright and vibrant. Like even right now, it's a cloudy day, but things just look nice. I like it. 19 was way too dreary for me. It's like even on a sunny day, everything felt gray and overcast. So this is pretty cool. You can push Shift P as well for going into the menu quicker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just so used to going through the buy menu. You can do Shift P for that. You can do, well, I've got Control P set up for my power tools now. You can do Alt P to go into the character selection screen. So there's some really cool keyboard shortcuts that are out there. So it's just really cool. Yeah, I liked the colors on stuff, right? Like the tanks and the, you know, the way that the metal looks on things. It just looks good. Everything looks a lot better here in FS22. So from that perspective, I've been extremely excited here. The sound system, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the other thing a lot of people didn't realize is with the tractors that have ranges in them, if you're using the manual transmission, let me find one I'm thinking of is the 7810 here. I love this. It's got the gosh, I can't remember. It's not a quad range, but it's a ranged transmission. And if we jump into that, what people don't realize is when you're talking about the keyboard commands, by default, you've got your gears 1, 2, 3, 4, but you've got to set up a range shifting. And so I've got range on my 9 and 7 key on my keypad so I can shift. You can see I've got an A, B, C, D, E down here to shift through all the different ranges with the gear shifting capability. And so you've got not just up and down, but you have a range selection as well. And so that's going to be really cool. I can't wait for people to take advantage of that, especially with like semi trucks and stuff. It's going to be awesome. So that's going to be cool. But I think this is probably a good spot to wrap up today's video. I know we've done not what was planned. That's kind of normal these days with Farm Sim. You never know when the servers are just going to be taking a day off. And so we luckily had a lot of mods standing by here that we could show off and kind of go through with everybody. So I had a lot of fun testing some stuff out, showing you guys some new things that are coming soon. And yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow we're gonna get back into daily Let's Play videos, and I've got some tutorials coming out here soon as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And we've got a couple other fun videos in the works. So some things that I've never done on the channel before, Farm Sim related, but I won't quite spill the beans on those as it might take me a few days or so to get into the swing of it. But I'm excited to be back to live streaming. A small reminder or a preview, I've got to put an announcement out on social media. We will be live streaming on, oh gosh, is Argsy still here? Is it Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. I'll be live streaming this weekend, and I'll be playing multiplayer with the Farm Sim guy and Argsy Gaming. So if you're looking for some shenanigans, I'm sure we'll have a few. But we're going to get on and do some multiplayer. It should be a blast. So stay tuned this weekend for that fun times. Saturday, my time. See, time zones are hard. I looked at Argsy's spreadsheet, and I know it's probably Sunday for him. So we'll be having some fun this weekend. So stay tuned for that. Saturday afternoon, Eastern time. We'll get some exact times and some announcements out on social media here soon. But that's going to be all for today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll catch you soon. Kedrick, out.